This is the story of Zanele, who finds herself trapped in a deep hole. The story is an illustration of some of the principles of community development. Through the story, we will demonstrate the principles of human orientation, participation, empowerment, release and ownership of development. Zanele is 16 years old. One day she found herself trapped in this deep hole. Zanele will die from hunger, thirst, cold and loneliness. Along comes a very important man. Oh, he is from government, the government department of people trapped in holes. But he walks past on his way to a meeting where government and NGOs will discuss the plight of the people trapped in holes. At least government is drafting a policy to deal with this problem. Fortunately, someone else is on her way. Oh yes, it is Me Nongu Og. And she stops, looks down and clasps her hands together. Poor dear Zanele. Passes her water to drink and bread to eat and promises to come again the following day. She tells her not to despair and to do something to improve her lot and get out. Zanele smiles at her and thanked her. Then she looks down at her shoeless feet. At least Me brought her some relief. When Zanele looked up, she noticed Jose corporate funding appearing at the top of the hole. Next to him stood Mr. Marketing with a camera. Jose gives a big speech on how his company cares about Zanele and other people trapped in holes. Mr. Marketing takes pictures. Zanele feels cold and lonely. Then Jose sees funding with a dramatic show, ties a rope to the tree and throws the other end down to Zanele. There you are, my girl. Pull yourself out of the mess. More we cannot do. Zanele looks at her thin arms and the slippery side of the hole. How will she ever achieve getting out of this hole with this strong rope? At least Jose corporate funding feels good about his deed of helping Zanele. Then Mr. Development Worker arrives. He knows about participation, empowerment and ownership of development. He also knows that Zanele does not need relief from her situation, but release. He brings a ladder and puts it down the hole. Perhaps Zanele can climb out herself, or, if necessary, he can go down to her, help her up the steps of the ladder and set her free from the hole. He assists her with empowering action to participate in her own development. Everybody is glad that Zanele got out of the deep hole. This story illustrates the following principles. Human orientation. Zanele's physical and abstract needs are important. Rescuing her from the trap ensures her safety and gives her a feeling that somebody cares about her. Participation. Although she receives help, she participates by climbing out of the hole. Empowerment. Zanele learns skills to help herself. Release. The lady from the NGO and the donor brings relief. The development worker brings release from the trap. Ownership. By climbing up the ladder, Zanele takes ownership of her own development.